Area students are learning how to build their careers by developing skills in the building industry.
Amphibians and reptiles will be the stars of the show this weekend at a celebration of all things cold-blooded. And a local jail is getting some much-needed upgrades.
The month of May closed out mighty fine weather-wise across East Alabama. What does June hold in store? We'll have the complete forecast details for the weekend coming up.
Coming up in sports, Kyle Kilgore has been hired as the new head boys basketball coach at Welborn. He will join us in just a minute as EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Katie Edwards.
And I'm Mike Stedham.
The Choccolocco Research, Education, and Technical Experience, known as CREATE, will finish its first round of classes next week and then move to a new location this summer. CREATE provides training in the carpentry, plumbing, and electrical fields, and it will soon be adding engineering, green power, computer science, robotics, and modern manufacturing to its list of classes. Lori Denton, director of the CREATE program, says the training classes have been a success.
We're moving very fast. The first round of construction classes are about to wrap up. I believe June the 13th is the last day for those, and we initially got started in February. It was a 16-week program in the spring, again funded by the Alabama Commercial Industry Craft Training Board. It was a grant that carried for the spring and the summer classes. The summer classes will be 12 weeks, so it's a 12-week session. They'll meet 2 nights a week, commercial electrical, plumbing, and carpentry.
Denton says the project would not be possible without the involvement of local contractors who have written letters of support and helped her find the instructors needed for these classes.
Each of the instructors all work here locally. You know, they're all very skilled in their trade, and they've really enjoyed teaching these students. I've gone by the class a couple of times, and it's great. It's a great environment. You know, everybody gets along. They look forward to it. You know, there's some people who drive over an hour and a half twice a week to come to these classes. And
registration for summer classes opened earlier this week, and Denton says they've already received 150 applications. Classes are geared to high school students looking to start their careers and to adults who want to expand their skill set in the construction field. So far, those students have given her positive feedback on the instruction they've received.
Oh my goodness, they love it. They actually are trying to find out, is there a way they can take another section. So the ones who are in the electrical right now, you know, many of them have registered for an opportunity, you know, for that chance draw basically, to get in either the carpentry or the plumbing. And so just talking to the different students, everyone feels that way. So like if you're in plumbing this time, they want to go take an electrical or the carpentry in the next session.
Denton says the summer classes will start on July 8th in the CREATE headquarters building at the Anniston Airport, and she expects even bigger numbers of students when the next school year begins in the fall.
Residents of a house in Gadsden face animal cruelty charges as a result of a raid at that home Thursday. Gadsden police were serving warrants around the city, targeting people who failed to appear in court. At approximately 10 a.m., officers attempted to serve warrants at 1106 High Street in Gadsden. When they entered, they found people living in inhumane conditions with 84 dogs inside that residence. The scene was immediately secured, and animal control units were dispatched to assist. The animals were found to be without proper food, water, or care, and potentially suffering from disease. Alex Smith of Gadsden has been charged with animal cruelty, and additional charges are pending for other residents of that house. Gadsden Mayor Craig Ford said this is a case of animal abuse, plain and simple, and it will be prosecuted as such.
Two Etowah County deputies received life-saving awards this week for entering into a burning house to rescue one of its occupants. Deputies Zach Boggs and Destin Pace responded to a structure fire early Monday morning and found that a person was inside the structure, which was engulfed in flames. Sheriff Jonathan Horton says the pair quickly found a ladder and entered the second floor of the house to remove that person safely. The two then stayed with the victim until fire and EMS services arrived.
When we come back, fans of crawling creatures have a lot to look forward to this weekend.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
This year's Herp Fest at the Anniston Museum and Gardens will feature an up-close look at animals that some people don't want to look at up close. It's a celebration of reptiles and amphibians, and it will be held at the Longleaf Event Center from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. Amy Gray, the museum's education director, says 14 organizations will be taking part in this weekend's program.
These organizations will have anything from non-venomous, venomous snakes. All the venomous snakes are locked, so you can come enjoy them and appreciate them safely. We'll also have different species from around the world. We'll have turtles, tortoises, salamanders, other frogs. We'll have frogs and other ones that I don't remember, honestly, because we have so many that are coming. And so lizards, different types of lizards as well.
Other activities planned for Herp Fest include games, face painting, and crafts. 4 food trucks will be parked on site to offer refreshments. The day will also include educational programs for those who want to learn more about amphibians and reptiles.
The presentations that we have throughout the day, it's all family friendly. We have Jacksonville State University, their biology department is here, the Alabama Herpetological Society. We have Eric Klein, who his father, Dr. George Klein, who started Herp Fest years ago and who we now do Herp Fest in memory of, is going to be doing a program on frog calls.
One of the popular animal ambassadors that will be featured Saturday is Cyrus, a corn snake that was given to the museum by a local family who could no longer take care of him.
Corn snakes are native to Alabama, very common in this area, wonderful to have around because they help keep the rodent population in check. And as an albino, he is not going to be the typical color that you're going to see out in the wild. Typically where he has around these darker orange is going to be a dark brown or black color. The albinism is basically he has no melanin, so that gives him those darker colors. Also his belly, typically they're going to have, I don't know if you can see where it's kind of like a clearish color right here on his belly. That would typically be a dark brown as well.
Tickets to Herp Fest are $10 per person ages 4 and up. Museum and Garden members receive a $5 discount.
When we come back, local jailers may soon have a better place to lock up their prisoners.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
The Calhoun County Jail opened almost 38 years ago, and the facility has been in operation constantly since that time. Repairs and upgrades have been made over the years, but Sheriff Matthew Wade says the building is in need of a major overhaul. Speaking at a law enforcement forum in Golden Springs this week, sponsored by the Calhoun County Chamber, Wade said his staff needs better facilities to keep up with the changing demands of incarceration.
You know, the needs of people have changed over the years too, and the problems we face change. That being, we are having a large influx of people with mental illness, suicidal tendencies from drug use, and so we didn't have the facilities to really manage them properly, and so we're upgrading our booking facility to be able to have suicidal cells where we can classify people, put them in a cell, be able to watch them 24 hours a day and keep them safe, and really better for them. And we're also upgrading the kitchen, redoing the kitchen after 38 years. It's getting a remake, and our tower, our control tower is getting remade as well, and we're building a 100-bed medical wing where there'll be nurses there 24 hours a day and able to physically observe the people in our medical wing who need that special attention.
Also speaking at the forum was Calhoun-Cleburne County District Attorney Lynn Hammond, who took that job last September after serving 30 years as a top assistant in that office. She says the cases she tries in the local circuit court are the result of hard work and cooperation from local officials.
We are very fortunate in our counties to have law enforcement that we have. They do a very good job, and we are very fortunate to have them. Currently in the DA's office, we're trying a lot of different cases. We've had several trials since the first of the year, about 6. We have, as recent as yesterday, had a lady sentenced to 45 years for the homicide of her husband. That was the ultimate form of domestic violence. We have another trial coming up in August. We anticipate trying him then. That is a very important case that will be coming up. It has a lot of local law enforcement involvement and a lot of citizenry involvement.
Another agency that depends on cooperation with other jurisdictions is the Jax State Police Force, which serves students on several local campus locations throughout East Alabama. Police Chief Michael Barton says his officers provide a full range of services to those students with the help of area governments and agencies.
Pedestrian safety has been a big thing within our jurisdiction. We've got 2 state highways that bisect the university's main campus, and that poses problems. You got vehicles and people, and there's always going to be conflict with those 2 things. And so we've really worked with the city of Jacksonville. We've worked with the Alabama Department of Transportation. We've worked with the state legislature on plans and funding to be able to come in and invest in those areas and try to improve that safety as a whole. And so some steps have been made, and those that haven't actually been made yet, many plans are in place and funding is lined up now, so that over the next 2 to 3 years we'll see some substantial changes in some of the infrastructure in that area that enhances pedestrian and motorist safety.
Vacation Bible School is right around the corner for some local churches, and especially for the Heflin Baptist Church, which starts this Sunday evening at 6 p.m. Here are a few words from the pastor, Brent Thompson, about VBS.
This is Brent Thompson from Heflin Baptist Church, and just want to take a moment to invite you and your family to be a part of our Vacation Bible School that starts this Sunday night, June 2nd at 6 o'clock, and it'll go to 8:30. Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night will start at 6 with our family night. Now this is for 3-year-olds through just finishing the 6th grade. Supper will be served every night. You can be sure there'll always be a pot of hot coffee. Most importantly, we're going to have a great time learning about Jesus, enjoying getting to know more and more young people in our community, and helping them know just how great it is. Our theme this year is Break Your Beach, and I'm telling you, it's going to be an exciting time.
For further information, you may contact Heflin Baptist Church at 256-463-2576, Heflin Baptist Church Facebook page, or go to heflinbaptist.net.
Well, we certainly see all the summertime things happening. VBS is happening, the kids are out, the pools are open, but the weather is still very spring-like to me. I'm enjoying it very much.
It is very nice. It was nice sunshine this morning. Mm-hmm. Changes could be on the way.
Oh no.
Oh
well, let's check in with John Holder, who joins us now to tell us about those potential changes. John?
Mike and Katie, we do have some changes coming to the weather across East Alabama. We go from a stretch of dry days to some afternoon showers and thunderstorms this weekend. We'll have the complete weekend forecast for all of East Alabama next.
Spring into freshness at WM. Celebrate the season with our bountiful selection of farm fresh produce. From juicy berries to crisp greens, taste the flavors of spring at WM. Visit us today and let the freshness bloom in every bite.
Plenty of sunshine today across East Alabama. A very nice day for this last day of May. Temperatures a little bit above the average, 87 for the high today after a morning low of 62. Record high temperature all the way up at 96 degrees. The record low all the way down at 41. We're going to rise the sun tomorrow morning at 5:34 and set the sun tonight at 7:48. Here's weather on your street for a Friday night on Alexandria Wellington Road in the heart of the Alexandria Valley. 65 for the low tonight. A chance of rain late tonight, and by late we mean way after midnight tonight into the wee hours of tomorrow morning as the rain moves its way in from West Alabama and eastern Mississippi. During the day tomorrow, this is where you'll see the changes coming into the forecast. We've got scattered showers and storms tomorrow, especially in the afternoon with the rainfall around. It's going to be a little bit cooler out on Tutwiler Court in the Golden Springs area of Anniston, right off Greenbrier Deer Road. 81 for the high tomorrow, and relatively high shower and thunderstorm chances coming up, especially tomorrow afternoon. As we look ahead to next week across East Alabama, on Battle Street in Talladega, typical June weather in Talladega and Talladega County. Highs in the 80s all week long, every day. A chance of a late afternoon, early evening scattered shower or thunderstorm with the heating of the day in Talladega County. Here's the 7-day forecast. Can't promise you a dry day coming up anytime in the near future. We're kind of settling into that typical summertime weather pattern. The highest chance of rain now looks like it will be tomorrow. This will not be an all-day washout. Just be aware that the chances for seeing a shower at some point tomorrow are relatively high, but this does not mean an all-day rain. Again, pretty high rain chances coming up on Sunday with a 60% chance of showers. And then we're going to kind of broad brush things. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, about a 30 to 40% chance of a shower. That will carry over into even Thursday and Friday. Highs will be in the mid to upper 80s. Nighttime lows in the mid to upper 60s. That's about where we should be for June in Alabama. And so that's where we're going to be for the next 7 days. Let's take a look now at the beach. We're going to talk about some beach weather in the next couple of weeks. We got folks heading to the beach this time of year every week, vacations. We also have a lot of folks heading down there just for 3-day weekends, perhaps. So if you're going to the beach, this is one thing we want to emphasize. This is a 2021 stat. We don't have the stats yet being reported and compiled for 2022 and 2023, but the last reported fatalities we had in the surf zone. This is water deaths down there, the drowning that takes place in the Gulf of Mexico. And you can see almost 70% of these fatalities on the Alabama-Mississippi Gulf Coast. These are from Gulf shores all the way back over to Panama City. Rip currents, 130 deaths for rip currents. 69% of the fatalities down there have been because of rip currents. So there's a lot of dangers when you're out in those Gulf waters, but the biggest danger by far is rip currents. Pay attention to those flags. If you're going to the beach this weekend or in the weeks to come this summer, pay attention to those red flag warnings on the beaches of Alabama and Florida. Let's take a look now at what we've got coming up for the weekend. We've got coming up tomorrow, we'll have your day at a glance for Saturday. On Sunday, we're going to have your breakfast forecast. And on Monday, a breakfast forecast as well for you. And then I'll be back here on Monday evening for EA and Local News as we'll take a look at the forecast for the work week for all of East Alabama. There is a new basketball coach coming to Walter Welborn High School. And of course, Namath Pitts has all the details right now in sports. Namath?
Thanks, John. Welborn hired their next head boys basketball coach this past week, and he is hungry to turn the losing program around. Welborn boys basketball has struggled since 2017. The Panthers have not had more than 5 wins in a season in a long time. Coach Lumpkin stepped down this past spring to continue his education, and Welborn has found their next head coach. Welborn has hired Kyle Kilgore to take over the boys basketball program. He has spent the past 2 seasons as an assistant at Southside under Coach Bowen. Kyle Kilgore talked about what made him want to be the next head coach at Wellborn.
I wanted to come to Wellborn and be the head basketball coach there because these kids, Wellborn, they're tough, hard-nosed kids, especially on the football field. And they just lack a little confidence to be that tough, hard-nosed kid on the basketball court. So I'm going to try to bring that to them, give them that confidence that they can be physical and tough and play fast. That's the type dynamic of kid that I want to coach, is that hard-nosed, in-your-face, tough kid, and Wellborn's full of them.
Kyle spent some time at Weaver earlier in his career, so he is familiar with Wellborn and has seen them up close. The athleticism is certainly there for Wellborn. Coach wants to make an impact that can change losing habits into winning habits. Coach Kilgore talked about his vision and direction for the Wellborn boys basketball program.
The vision that I've got for Wellborn's boys team is we want to play fast. We want to play physical. We want to be that team that you played us. Like, we may not beat you on the scoreboard, but you're going to have to go take an ice bath after the game. We real tough, real aggressive on the court, up and down the court, every part of the game. We want to be in your face. You know that you played against Wellborn.
Kyle Kilgore will be coaching in Class 3A Area 9, which features Weaver, Sacs, and Randolph County. Coach Kilgore talks about the area and how Wellborn can compete for the opportunity to host the area tournament and make a regional.
The area kind of gets a little easier for Wellborn, but it's still not an easy road. Piedmont moving out of the areas helps a lot. Sacs and Weaver, both of them kind of got rolling there at the end of the year. But that's 2 guys that I'm real familiar with. It's 2 more Alexandria boys that I know a lot about their coaching style, their coaching philosophy, and their X's and O's. So it'll just be come down to the Jimmys and Joes on that game. If we got what it takes on the court to be able to match their intensity and their game, then I like our chances to come out of the area with number 1 seed or maybe number 2 seed and just get us a chance to go to the next round.
Kyle Kilgore has spent the past 2 seasons as an assistant at Southside under Justin Bowen. In his time at Southside, the Lady Panthers made regionals twice and advanced to the Elite 8 while winning county championships and many other accolades. Coach Kilgore talked about what he will remember most about his time at Southside and what he will take from being an assistant there and apply it to being a head coach at Wellborn.
Southside was an amazing place. God really blessed me and my family being there. It was kind of step out on faith because I hadn't coached girls and I didn't really know what to do about coaching girls. We just kind of coached them the same way we'd coach boys. And they took to it, took to the physicality of the way we wanted to play the game, and a couple of them really took it to a whole nother level of physicality. And I'm going to miss those girls. I'm going to miss the girls that are still there. We graduated 6 seniors last year, and they're going to go off to do great things. But the ones that were left behind they still know what it takes. And something we preached to them the whole time was it takes what it takes. Whatever it is, it's going to take what it takes. And moving on from trying to learn everything I could from Bowen, I've been in a lot of different places and learned a lot of different ways to do it, a lot of different ways not to do it. Try to take away from each place and each coach something different and try to twist it a little bit to make it mine. We're going to try to apply all those different things, all the different great coaches I've been under, from Chucky Miller to Jonathan Miller to Justin Bowen, Coach Van Meter. We're going to try to take all those things and try to make it mix together and mix well for Wellborn High School.
That's it for EAN Local Sports. Let's go back over to Mike and Katie.
Thanks for the update, Namath, and thank you for watching today.
You can find us here every weeknight on Facebook and YouTube and on a variety of sites, including our website, the Calhoun Journal, and Newsbreak. Just go to the platform of your choice and watch our news, sports, and weather coverage whenever it's convenient for you.
We hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here Monday for your news on your schedule.